Am I the a-hole for refusing to feed my daughter? My daughter is a brat. She's turning 8 next week and still cannot hoover when she is asked. I mean seriously, I worked on a farm since I was 6 years old and she can't even figure out how to turn on a hoover. I yelled at her to stop being so ridiculous and to start thinking for once, and instead of doing it properly she started crying. I've been getting better at managing my anger, so thankfully it didn't become physical, but my God, she was asking for it. I told her if she didn't stop crying she would not be getting dinner that night, but she wouldn't stop crying. I told her that's it. You're not getting dinner tonight, and if you'd like to eat anything tomorrow you'll hoover this entire house right now. She continued to play dumb as if there wasn't a power button right in the middle of the damn hoover. So I brought her to her room and locked it. She didn't stop crying for the entire night, and even wrote me a letter saying to Daddy, I am sorry, I want to eat dinner and do all my chores. Love, Daisy. I find it adorable how this little rat thinks she can just apologize her way out of the consequences of her actions. I had to show her that unfortunately the world doesn't work that way. She cried the entire next day saying that her tummy was hurting, and I told her she could think about that the next time she decides to be lazy. I decided one more day should do the trick, and after what felt like another week of her screaming and crying, Sunday had ended. It was time for her to go back to school. I gave her breakfast on Monday morning and she was very grateful, and I was grateful I didn't have to listen to her bullshit anymore. Well, apparently the little shit decides she's going to tell her teacher she went the whole weekend without food, probably for some sympathy or attention, as she loves to get attention wherever she can. The teacher called me to come in and sat me down and asked me if this was true. I told her it was true, but I had very good reason. The teacher told me this is abuse and she's going to have to get authorities involved. I didn't think what I did was bad enough to warrant interference. This little worm thinks she can cry for attention wherever she goes, and when I try to teach her a valuable lesson, she goes and gets me into trouble. I'm deciding how I'm going to punish her, but I'd like to see what the people of Reddit have to say so I can hear some other perspectives on this.